Yo, what's going on, guys? My name is Chris, and this is my channel, Chris P44S, a channel where I play games. Today I'm going to be playing Spire of Glory, and I'm going to be doing a how to beat video on how to beat Spire of Glory. And I'm going to try to make it as condensed and quick as possible. There is a little bit of grinding in this game, but each playthrough really shouldn't be that long. But I'm going to try to make it as short as I can. In saying that, making it as short as I can, I'm going to assume that most people have played this game by now, and they're kind of looking for a video on like some tips and tricks and maybe some theories that I have. And I've completed the run like a good number of times by now, so I'm assuming people play the game, so I don't need to really explain how to play it. I'm just going to try and kind of talk about what works for me at what stage in the run I'm in. Right now the game's not super long, so it shouldn't take a long time to do this video, but it will take probably 15 or 20 minutes. So the first thing, if you don't know, you can go to this experience well, click on the well, and you can familiarize yourself with the cards or the items. And this is pretty good. This is kind of like something that helped me because I looked through the cards and I saw what items could transform my heroes into better heroes, and kind of like just items, you know, that are just better than other items. Like the epic and legendaries have a lot of really good items that you're looking for. I think the Hermit's Bean's also really good, but this is a good place just to kind of, before you play, or if you haven't yet, check it out, because you can just see what's in the game, you know what I mean? You don't really have to experiment as much. If you see stuff you can try it. Also, like when you complete it and you level up, you get more items. So like you can see in my rare spot, I pretty much just have the Fairy Wings, Hermit's Bean, you know, stuff. I have duplicates of stuff, so it should show up more often in the game. And I don't know how much that is, but so jumping into a game, the first thing I look at is like the treasure room and the lakes. There's 3 of each. Obviously the color of the gem coordinates with the different types of rooms. It's pretty easy, I'd say, even though the gems are unidentified, to tell what rooms are which. From my experience so far, the 2 rooms of 3, which are lakes and treasures, the treasure room, there's always a treasure room on the last column. So you can see the 2 sets of 3 that we have are yellow. We have 1, 2, 3, and then we have orange, 1, 2, 3. And I'm just gonna throw this out here right now. I would put 99.9% that these yellow ones are the treasure rooms, because every playthrough I've played so far, the treasure room, there's always a treasure room in the last column. So by process of elimination, we can tell that this is going to be the treasure, the yellow, and these are going to be our lakes down here in brown. Obviously there's 5 shops, so there's 5 blue, or there's 5 purple and 6 blue. So the blues are going to be the epic battles, and shops are going to be purple. So that's just the first thing when you jump in. Just take a look, because you're going to want to get these treasure rooms before they close, obviously. And then you're gonna want to hit the lakes at the appropriate time. The battles in the beginning, I pretty much just try to grind out the whole dungeon from left to right, and I pretty much don't really pick up any items that I don't want, unless it's like an anchor or something in a shop. That I really try not to buy stuff from the shop. I'm also not gonna hit this lake. What did I say purple was epic? I'm also not going to hit the lake until I get 18 or 20 crystals. And that's because I want to buy another hero at the lake. But I'm definitely taking this CDR down. I definitely want to hit the lake with enough to buy a hero and potentially buy the modifier. So as you can see in the rewards I just got, I took the modifier over all the items. Typically modifiers are going to always be better than items. When you get down to the boss, like, your characters will just be stronger, and a modifier is permanent, so it's going to stick with you. You can only hold 3 items, you know. there's really no point in having some of these like common items. I really don't think there's any good ones. Like the anchor is okay in the early game just because it helps you get through. And I do think the sailor has like a I do think the sailor has a strong ultimate. I just don't think that the sailor is as good as the fairy. Let's say I have taken a sailor to the boss before, but the MS, the move speed, is not something I would generally pick up. Like 4 crystals is better than movement speed. Movement speed really doesn't apply. So let me just jump into this lake, grab another hero, and I will take this modifier. I'll take the 10. I mean, honestly, like, I'm actually gonna reroll. So attack speed plus 20%. I'm just gonna pass, honestly. I think the biggest like if it was a free, if it was like a reward in a common battle, I would have taken the attack damage, but because it cost me 10 crystals, I think 10 crystals is a little bit more important. Let's just jump in and we'll do this epic battle. Oh, this is a shop. Excuse me. So I'll reroll once or twice, but that's it. I'm not going to waste crystals on a shop. You're going to find a lot of really good items throughout the game, so there's really no point. But the next order of business is just getting to the treasure. And we'll see what we find. So look, here's a level 2 anchor. Like, I'm just gonna take it. I might end up, taking it down to the end of the game. Who knows? So this is the hero with the cooldown modifier. If you're curious, you can see the modifiers down here. If you highlight over stuff, it'll say base value, permanent modifier, battle modifier, so on and so forth. If you want to look at the character's abilities, they also say it if you hover over their icon here. This is something I really didn't know because I didn't do the tutorial when I started. But just in case you're wondering what some of the heroes do, that's a pretty good spot to check in. What's kind of funny though is this bindle, you unlock it after you beat the game a couple times, and it's actually really, really good. If you don't, so the way it works, it says gain some stats. The poorer you are, lose 2.5% boost per crystal. But if you have 0, it boosts your ability points by like 100. It's actually super good. I'm not going to take it now because it should be pretty easy to find in the shop. I will take the fairy wings for my other character though. Fairy's a pretty good DPS damage character. Well, maybe not DPS, but it's a good damage character because of its ability. I don't think it's as strong in base attack power, but typically I think the Thunderbolt is stronger, so it deals 100% AP, and this deals 100% AP. So actually the Sailor is better. I don't know if it scales. Oh, but the Fairy does it faster. That's the only thing. When you get onto the boss, it matters, but I guess for all intents and purposes, like the Sailor and the Fairy are kind of the same. I just assume that the Fairy is better because it's a rare. It's a rare item, so I kind of just usually think like I'm going with the Fairy. But those are like your 2 attackers that they have right now. And then the 2 tanks they have are obviously the Earth Golem and the Blood Mage. The Blood Mage isn't an obvious. I'm gonna take the White Hood just because you do want one eventually. You do want a healer. What was I saying? So these must be the epic battles? Did I get confused? I must have. Where's my other treasure? So I gotta go that way. Yeah, so I'm just gonna jump into an epic battle, but it's definitely, you definitely need it's kind of weird how they have it set up right now. Oh, so CDR down. Who already has the 1 CDR? So he does. So I'm actually going to give it to the fairy. See, because like I don't know who's like on level 2. I don't know who's stronger. Like the fairy might be stronger than the sailor. They might scale up and be more powerful. I'm not actually sure. I just typically go with fairy because, like I said, I think the fairy's better to have as a damage character. But typically, like the heroes you need to beat a dungeon, if you, in case you're wondering, are Hermit's Bean's pretty solid. Hermit's Bean's a really, really good card for your tank. Like whatever your tank is, and for right now, this is going to be my tank. The Hermit's Bean's really good because it'll heal you. Like you almost don't even need a mage if you have like the Hermit's Bean, because it works so well. I just want to make sure I have this treasure unlocked right now. It works so well at like healing your characters. Actually, it's funny. He looks kind of frail in this one. I really would like to pick up a Bindle level 2 though. But it's just not going to be much use to me right now. And if I find one at the end, it'll be fine. And so yeah, let's finish off some of these common battles. But like I was saying, you really only need 3 characters. You need the healer, a damage. Extra sand is very good too. It just reduces a lot of the cooldown. The biggest like stats that I try to work on are ability power and cooldown, to be honest. And then with the tank, obviously, like armor and magic resist and stuff. But honestly, like the abilities just seem so much stronger than the attack. In my mind, like when you're playing the boss, that having a faster ability and a stronger ability just seem more useful than a faster attack, than focusing on attack and stuff. What was I saying before? Like the party stuff. You really just want a healer, a damage dealer, and a tank, you know? I mean, that's just really what you want. Alright, so I have to go to the treasure room now. I almost missed it. I wasn't even thinking about it. Wow. So white hair is really good. And I think it's going to be really good on my fairy here. Green egg is like actually kind of better than the 3. Because green egg is going to give us 8 crystals. We just have to win 3 battles. That's just kind of like one of those ones if they offer it to you, like you might as well just pick it up. Alright, let's do this elite battle down here. This green cocoon is actually kind of decent. It's actually a pretty good card for the Blood Mage. Blood Mage, in my opinion, is way better than Earth Golem. I'm actually not like a huge fan of the Earth Golem. It's just kind of slow and weak, and the Blood Mage is just so much better. Alright, so extra sand. I keep wanting to try this poison. I just don't know how good it's actually going to be. And I know extra sand is going to be like really, really good. So I'm just going to take the extra sand. Because look at it, it's like 2 whole seconds. Or it's like 1.5 seconds better. It's just so good. So this is our next lake. I guess we can go there and get our 3rd character. So lately I've been just doing it with 3 characters. When I started it initially, I was doing 4 characters. We're just going to give her the robe right away. Permanently modifies armor. That's actually pretty good. Let's see if we can't find another one. CDR down. We're just going to give this to the mage, so the mage is healing faster. And we will attempt to beat it with 3. When I was completing the game for the first time, I would usually have 4 characters. And I might do 4 characters again in this one. It really just depends. When I was doing 4, I'd have a healer, 2 damage dealers, and then a tank. But it's been seemingly like pretty easy for me to find like the blood mage necklace. So, and I think with blood mage it's a little bit. Blood mage is just a lot better than the tank. I mean, we'll see. It depends. If I pick up a lot of crystals, I'll get a 4th probably. Oh, another white hair. I'm gonna pass on the Brenda level 2 again. I really shouldn't. I really should have picked it up for later in the game. Alright, so I can do 2 more before I have to go to the treasure room. Wow, Hermit's Bean level 2. This is a lot better than I think people think, but or than like I think, because right now this guy heals 165 every 8 seconds and also 100. So I mean he's getting a lot of life back. It's like I almost don't even need a healer. I'm going to keep one, but you know, I potentially really don't even need one. Alright, what else can we do here? What's the blue? Alright, we'll just punch through this shop. Typically the only shop that I really shop at is like the last one. And it's just to basically spend the rest of my money in case like anything comes up that I need. Extra sand too. Wow. And the power ring. Extra sand is very good. Power ring is also really good. I'm just gonna take the extra sand. The other thing to note too is like if I get another extra sand, I'll get level 3 and then I'll master it for what that's worth. If you go into like the wishing well or whatever, you can. Oh, I missed the treasure. I missed the treasure because I wasn't paying attention. That's something that you definitely don't want to do. Typically I don't do that, but I'm also typically not trying to make a video when I play. But you know, things happen. If it happens, it's not the end of the world, but you probably lost out on some free good stuff. Both of these cards are really good. So being able to like debuff your enemy in this is going to be really good. And if you have any items to buff your characters, that's also going to be good. Ancient Wand is just really super strong, honestly. Like, cause basically going up 230 points is like it's almost doubling. So we're just gonna put that here. I'm gonna take the wand actually, and then I'm just gonna do this column down, and then hit the lake. Maybe grab another person. I'll probably just grab another person. Oh, I've never seen the blue mask plus 100 health. I will take Pandora's box because inflicting status effects on enemies is pretty good. I'm also assuming when it says inflict enemy with status effect that you're giving them a negative status effect. Although, but maybe it's a positive one. Because it is Pandora's box, and the way Pandora's box is it opens the world of evil. I don't know. But I have always assumed that it's a negative status effect. Could be wrong, though. Because 20% attack speed is not worth giving your, you know, giving somebody. Okay. So I have to take this. -6, wow. And she has the wand. Okay. We're doing really good right now. I actually might do these elite battles before I do the lake. Just so I can get more money. Well, I'm gonna do 1. I guess it doesn't matter. I'll do 2 or 3. It doesn't matter. Okay, so that's definitely what we want. We really want both these things, but the blood orb is what I really want. And I'm also gonna turn this person into the blood mage. Yeah. I wish you could get modifiers. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try to get. I might. I guess I still have a couple shops. Okay, pocket watch is really good. Minus CDR again. Pocket watch is really good though. Stunning enemies for a second, which is basically just like immobilizing them, and I'm pretty sure they can't attack while they're stunned. Pocket watch is really, really good. I don't know if it's better than 26 crystals, but I don't think we'll find this in the shop. We might. I'm just going to take it because I am going to pick up a 4th. I guess I do have 2 shops left. So we'll just grab a 4th here, and we'll make them the damage guy. We'll put him back here too. So he's still going to be fairly strong. I mean, he's doing more than most people, but it's like if you look at the sailor, like up against their attack is their ability power is the same, but blood mage, like the way it works is 100% AP plus 2% AP times received damage during cast. So like becomes their thing becomes times, you know, what, 100 or whatever, you know, their ability. So it's just so much stronger. They just have so much more health. I mean, blood mage is epic for a reason. That's all I'm gonna say about that. It's a very, very good character. And then we really shouldn't have any problem, even though our sailor's becoming our tank, but Pink Balloon is one that I've like wanted to play around with more, but it's kind of like counteractive to the Blood Mage because it makes you immune. So I'm assuming they don't get that damage during the cast. God's Dice is also really good, but you have to be really proactive during the fight because it summons a random boost on a nearby location. You have to like move your characters during the fight, and it's an auto battle. Like, let's be real, who wants to do that? But yeah, I think that's it. So now we just gotta go shopping. I wish that, like, I'm gonna have some criticisms about the game, but I wish that this upgrade was explained a little bit more. So I might take the bindle. I'm gonna take the bindle and the robe because we might be able to upgrade like the white hood here. Alright. Yeah, so we're gonna upgrade the hood. This is already level 2. Might be able to find another set of fairies wings because I think our fairy's only level 1. So we're just kind of like, you know. Alright, so there's the 2 bindle. There's the level 2 fairy. Alright, so this is minus 1.6 CDR. So what was it before? So the CDR is 12.4. See, this is like Power Ring, but like it might be better. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna get rid of all our crystals here. Definitely, if we can get another Hermit's Bean, I'd be pretty happy. But you can see every time, watch, every time we roll, this is gonna go up. So it's like 13.1, 545, 13.1. Yeah, it just gets a little bit better every time. But when you get to 0, it really starts to show. Yeah, one more Hermit's Bean would be so good. But we're just not gonna find it. Which is fine. We don't need it. Oh, there it is. So yeah, so we can just run like this. Like I said, so like up at this point, before we actually start the boss, I'm just gonna talk a little bit. But like up to this point, like the trick to beating this game is to really like laser focus on and prioritize like what you're doing at what point in the run. Um, so like you saw, like I really just didn't take any items like I'm not gonna use at the boss. Um, you know, you kind of wait till you get there's some good like mid range. Like there's some good. I don't know what the blues are. They might just be rare or something. But there's some good rares. But obviously, like you're really looking kind of for like the epic and legendary stuff. And in my opinion, there's only a few that are. There's a few that are better, and some are better than the others. Let me just put it that way. But you really just kind of want to prioritize what you're doing, not pick up dumb stuff. That's why it's good in the beginning of the game to go to the well and look at the cards and be like, okay, this is the cards I want. This is like the party I want, and you know, just kind of go from there. We're gonna bring all these guys back. Sometimes I like to slow this fight down because you do want to kind of move, like especially the Hydra will split away. And so sometimes like you wanna, it gets like kind of crazy. It's like we're doing a really good amount of damage, but sometimes like yeah, see like the Hydras will kind of get over, and you know they might end up like killing your mage or something, you know. And it's like you really don't want that to happen. So you kind of have to just be mindful of where your characters are and like what's going on. But we're definitely winning with this combination right here. 4 usually seems to be like kind of a lock, I've noticed. And 3, if you have like the right setup, will be really, really good too. So, boom. There you go. Congratulations. You've reached the end of this game. For now. This is a really good game in my opinion too. I really enjoyed sinking into it. I probably only played like 10 to 15 hours or something, but it was definitely really difficult at first. That's why I wanted to make this video. But I definitely like what they have going on. And so if some of like the developers ends up watching this or anything, I'm just gonna say there's like a couple things I don't like, and I kind of want to get into the other area. So let me just click through this stuff. I can't believe I just got another white hood. But like, so one thing that I kind of don't like is like when you click on something and then move, like I click on this and then I move my mouse away, like as if I clicked on the wrong thing. It like still locks in, which I kind of don't like. Oh, this is the third white hood I have. So like you can click on something and then like maybe you wanted to click on something else. It always will register that click. That's my biggest gripe about the game, to be honest. And then I kind of just wish we had more transformation items. Honestly, when I first saw the game, when I first saw somebody playing the game, I thought every item would transform your character into a different hero or whatnot. And I thought, man, like that's gonna be really cool. But then I found out there's only like 5 transformation cards, which is fine because they're all good. You know, and the game does look good. Like all the transformations look cool. I just thought, you know, I hope going forward, and I assume going forward there's going to be more. It's not really a question. But yeah, I mean, that's really, like, I really don't have much to complain. I think this is a great game, and I can't wait for more updates to come out. As far as, like, beating the game, like I said, the big thing is going the experience well, like familiarizing yourself with the items, staying in your columns, knowing when to get the treasure, knowing when to go to the lake, and then, you know, just kind of getting the items you want and the heroes you want to go to the end game. Right now, it's like there isn't a ton of ways to do it, but it's pretty easy. It's pretty easy to like try and learn as you play, whereas like with this experience well, you can kind of see all the items beforehand. So really the secret to this game is just setting yourself up for success and then getting there. So I hope this video helped you out. I hope it wasn't too long. Ooh, 29 minutes. Perfect. Alright, yeah, with that being said, I hope this video helped you out, guys, and I will catch up with you in the next one. So